What's going on, guys? It's GBP baby. Welcome back to another video. I hope everybody's doing well, and hopefully you've been following me this week as I've been posting videos every day. But yeah, it's that time of the week where we're the day before non-farm payroll, and all kind of accuracy and everything I say you should basically throw out the window because I don't know. However, we will still try, and if you are still trading or in a position, if I was you, I'd just get out of it, just because I don't support trading non-farm payroll at all. But nonetheless, let's look at today's delivery. You'll see how we traded up right into the 50% level off this wick, which I did talk about yesterday. And you can see our price came off that and has closed lower below this low, making this a bearish order block now. And we're working towards these lows and into the south side, which we are still anticipating. So I'm just going to stick with my bias, just because I wouldn't be surprised if non-farm payroll sent us the complete opposite direction. At this point, I don't really care, just because, like I said, it's non-farm payroll. Like, you know, we don't play with that. So I'm going to get rid of a few things and just bring our attention. So similarly to how I drew our attention to the 50% level and 25% level of this wick, we're going to do the same with this wick now that we're closed below it. Oh, it looks like we're going to close below it anyway. We still have 3 hours, but ideally we do close below it. So let's just get this wick like so. Can I group them? No. We'll move that like so, and we'll move that here. Doesn't really matter. And I'm going to be doing the exact same logic. So I'm looking at the 50% level as the very highest I want to see price trade if I'm happy to remain bearish on dollar. Any higher than that, I'll be suspicious, but ideally that will get respected. So let's get that marked out like so. We'll make that red and we'll make that dash. Actually, no, we'll keep it solid. We don't need this because we've already taken out that south side liquidity. Our next run on stops will be below these lows right here. So we'll get that marked out as south side liquidity. So now that that's there, let's go to the 4 hour and you'll see our price is closed. It looks like, again, it's showing a lot of bearishness. Again, look at how the 50% level is being played with. So any type of rallying into this range tomorrow, I'll be expecting resistance to then send price lower and start running towards these lows. Again, we have a bullish order block, and ideally we trade below these lows as well and into our weekly fair value gap. If we trade above the 50% level, whole nother story, and it probably means we are going to trade higher. It's just that my bias is wanting to see lower dollar, and this is what I'm using to help me stick with that bias. Again, any higher than that, I don't want to trade it. If it respects it, I still don't want to trade it, but my point is it's more likely that we are going to head lower as we anticipated and run towards our south side liquidity pools. But yeah, very interesting day. We traded lower, pulled back, a lot of manipulation, similar to yesterday. Swing lower, swing higher, swing lower, a lot of consolidated movement, very high resistance. So I'm looking for non-farm payroll to offer us that sweep that we're looking for, ideally to the downside, but again, it's not exactly the end of the world if it doesn't. Another thing that's quite interesting that we can actually look at is this high, low, higher high. If we look at the last down close candle and drag that out, this is technically a breaker, and you'll see how price is behaving. I'm using this one because it has the most volume. You'll see how price is using that as such. So we traded into it, look at how we respected it and traded away. We traded into it again and look at how volume is respecting it and traded away. So this is acting as a breaker, and it's in line with this high, low, higher, high, you know, that whole framework. So again, this is more support as to why I'd want and expect to see lower prices on dollar, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Pound, honestly, I'm not, I don't know. I don't know what this is, man. It would be nice to think that pound can start rallying and trading higher, because obviously we want to see pound reach into the premiums. But generally speaking, pound has just been misbehaving, so I don't really want to get involved too much over there. In fact, I don't even know if I want to be trading it. I don't even know if I want to be like following it at this point. It's interesting though, we did trade into this bullish order block, and I have spoke about this bullish order block, and look at how we traded into that. Very interesting. Where did we hit? You guessed it. We traded right into that 50% level and came off of it. So the fact that we're respecting that like that is saying to me that pound could still trade higher, which is what we want if we want to see lower dollar. So really, there's not really anything to, you know, necessarily go against what we expect. It's just got a really ugly way of delivering it. It's like, it's just got a funny way of showing that it loves us. So we've got a low, a high, a low, low displacement. This last up close is a breaker. So as far as I'm concerned, this massive wick right here should be able to provide support. Price shouldn't need to come back down into this. So we might find that pound just rallies the entire day, assuming dollar does trade on lower. Beautiful relative equal highs up here. So we may find some nice setups up there. But again, after seeing this displacement to the downside like that, I don't really want to mess about or like, take everything with a pinch of salt. And again, it's non-farm payroll. You don't need to trade it. But anyway, so long as we stay above this low, high, lower low, again, last up close, as long as we stay above that, I'm happy to expect that price can make it into these relative equal highs. But easier said than done. We are going to finish up on euro. Gotten some beautiful trades on euro today. Let's take a quick look. I do need to make a video going over all my demo trades on here, but I went long as price traded into here. I had a limit set, and then I got out of my position above this high just as I called out yesterday. Again, if you watch yesterday's video, I spoke about all of this, so you guys could have traded the same. Again, I understand it's easier. It's easier said than done. I will try and make a video for this weekend explaining all my trades this week and some last week, just to give you more context. Someone did comment about that, and as you can see, beautiful delivery to the upside, just as we anticipated. Closing, looking like we're going to close above these highs. So now we want to see, okay, can we push to our next premium PD array, which will be this fair value gap, in line, of course, with dollar moving to the downside. So let's drop down to the 4 hour, see if we can find any PD arrays. And you can see we're rallying quite hard. As soon as we take out this high, that makes this a bullish order block. So I'm going to mark out the open of this, although it's not valid as a bullish order block yet. Once we're above that high, it is, and then we can use that range to then look for setups to ideally form with inside of it, with the expectation to trade up into our fair value gap here, and if price gets overzealous, into these highs up there as well. But again, it's non-farm payroll. We have a low, high, lower low, last up close candle breaker. So again, price shouldn't need to drop any lower than this moving into the new day. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Definitely go and watch this week's videos for more context on everything. I did explain my bias, and price has been behaving itself. And the fact that it has been behaving itself in terms of it staying on the right side of the market and me wanting to see price rally, it wouldn't surprise me if it caught me off guard and non-farm payroll sent it completely lower. Or what could easily happen as well is we might rally in the morning or might rally before non-farm payroll into this premium. If we reach this premium before non-farm payroll, then and only then could it be possible that price is going to pull back on itself and run lower. But yeah, we just have to wait and see. So I hope you found this insightful. Yesterday's video was definitely insightful. I'll try and get some trading execution, detailed videos on that out this weekend. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy your Halloween. For those celebrating, don't forget to drop a like, drop a comment, smash subscribe, join the mailing list, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.